It's the kind of legal twist no one predicted. Not the lawyers, not the press, and certainly not Blake Lively or Ryan Reynolds. The celebrity couple, usually known for their charisma and tightly managed public image, unexpectedly targeted. A little-known YouTuber as part of their unfolding legal entanglement. Perhaps they anticipated quiet compliance or silent withdrawal. Instead, what they got was a sharp, witty, and highly public pushback that turned the tables. In a moment that now has legal experts intrigued and social media buzz, this previously obscure content creator didn't just respond, they turned the subpoena into viral content. Their online rebuttal wasn't angry or defensive, it was calculated, clever, and built for the era of digital transparency. And now, the narrative once tightly managed by Lively and Reynolds seems to be slipping beyond their control. From the moment that legal document arrived to the final words of the viral response, this incident has transformed into more than a lawsuit. It's become a case study in digital independence, narrative disruption, and the new power of creator culture. And yes, people are watching closely. So let's break down what really happened when a Hollywood power duo miscalculated their approach, got schooled, publicly and unexpectedly, by a creator they likely dismissed. When news first broke that Lively and Reynolds were issuing subpoenas, two online commentators most assumed they were targeting prominent voices. Instead, they went after smaller creators, one of whom had just over 1,000 subscribers. The YouTuber received a formal subpoena requesting access to private emails, unpublished drafts, and any references to Lively Reynolds or their ongoing legal matter with Justin Baldoni. The creator community paused. Concerns about legal intimidation and overreach bubbled up fast, but rather than retreat, the YouTuber leaned in. Their response came not as a quiet statement, but as a carefully crafted video, dry, smart, and clear-eyed. Titled "So, I Got Subpoenaed by Blake Lively." It opened with calm understatement. "Well, this is awkward," the tone struck. Chord, it wasn't just entertaining, it highlighted how a single person could navigate legal complexity with honesty and humor. The creator read parts of the subpoena on screen, providing both context and commentary. "They want my drafts?" they joked. "Half are just me rambling about trailers and sipping tea?" Audiences responded in force, applauding the refusal to be intimidated and the transparency around a process most never see. But beyond the surface humor, there was something deeper happening. The YouTuber pointed out how such subpoenas, while legal, can place immense stress on people without legal teams or resources, they raised fair questions about intent. Was the goal legal resolution or silencing criticism? Their transparency struck a nerve. By showing the document with redactions, the YouTuber reframed the power dynamic. This wasn't just about one lawsuit anymore. It became a conversation about how fame, legal resources, and PR might be used to control online narratives. Legal professionals began weighing in. One retired entertainment attorney wrote online, "This is how you respond to power. Legally sound, well-presented, and impossible to bully." Public perception shifted. While Lively and Reynolds have long enjoyed goodwill, this move struck many as heavy-handed. Reddit threads and YouTube comments filled with skepticism. Why are Alistairs targeting someone with a webcam and an opinion? One top post read, other creators joined in, some with large followings, highlighting how this legal move felt like a test case for celebrity overreach. Imagine getting a subpoena over a meme, one TikToker said. What world are we living in? Still, the conversation remained productive because of the way the YouTuber handled it. In a follow-up, titled "Blake and Ryan's Lawyers, This One's For You," they parodied legal drama tropes, complete with robes and fake court music. Court is now in session, they announced, sipping from a mug-marked subpoena. The blend of humor and seriousness was striking. It wasn't just defiance, it was a message. Creators are more aware, more prepared, and more supported than ever before. What could have been a quiet attempt at control has instead become a moment of cultural commentary. Not on gossip or scandal, but on power, media, and the people now bold enough to challenge it. Things didn't go the way Blake Lively or Ryan Reynolds had envisioned. Instead of silence, the YouTuber's cheeky takedown of their subpoena lit up the internet. And what followed was something no Hollywood strategist could have predicted. Rather than being dismissed as irrelevant or reckless, the small creator found themselves vaulted into the spotlight. Hailed by fellow content makers and even legal professionals tracking the lively Baldone courtroom clash. A tweet that's since clocked over 3 million views summed it up. Blake and Ryan has made a free speech hero out of a YouTuber with under 2,000 subs. Incredible. Suddenly, podcasts, TikTok commentators, and YouTube analysts were debating not just the legal filing itself, but the broader implications. Was this about due process or about pressure? Was Hollywood flexing its muscle to keep the narrative? Neat, that discussion only grew louder. Audiences swarmed the YouTuber's channel, flooding the comments with praise. Came for the drama, stayed for the vibes, read one. Another wrote, "Thanks to Blake, you're the most relatable person online right now." Even more telling. Prominent voices from digital rights circles weighed in. One tweet from a known civil liberties nonprofit read, "Small creators are the new media? Legal intimidation without cause? Now that's dangerous territory." In an instant, Blake and Ryan's polished image took a hit. Long admired for their charm, wit, and media savvy, they now found themselves cast in a starkly different role. The heavyweights trying to muzzle a voice online. And that shift, it started to unravel their golden couple branding until now their PR game was airtight. Cute online banter, glamorous appearances, playful posts, they were Hollywood's untouchables. But the lawsuit against Justin Baldone had already planted doubt. This new wave of backlash cracked the image further. Journalists began to question the contradictions. If Ryan's such a champion of creators as his marketing campaigns suggest, why come after a solo creator with legal threats? If Blake backs women in media, why target one with limited reach? A prominent entertainment site ran a headline, "Silencing or Subpoena? Blake and Ryan's legal gambit may be backfiring." Featured commentary from creators, lawyers, and even insiders who hinted that the backlash was real. One line stuck. "You don't subpoena someone with 1,000 followers unless you're trying to make an example." That example? It misfired? And the YouTuber? Still calm, still cracking jokes? Never hostile, just inquisitive. They never accused Blake or Ryan of anything personal. They just asked why they were being singled out for talking about public events. In their third video, How to Handle a Subpoena Without Crying, much the creator opened up about the toll, legal costs, sleepless nights, missed shifts, but they closed with a smile. If talking about celeb drama is illegal now, I'll switch to banana bread tutorials. Audiences were hooked. The creator economy responded with full-throated support. Dozens posted under the banner in solidarity with the subpoenaed creator. Some noted, "This could happen to any of us." Others mocked the situation. Satirical videos popped up everywhere. One TikToker dramatically read cereal box ingredients while saying, "Here's my commentary, Blake." Clearly, this had become more than a one-off. It was a movement. Hashtags like #SubpoenaSaga, #BlakeBackfire, and #Creator Rights went viral. Merch popped up. Shirts with subpoena this and mugs that read, "My lawyer watched that video." 2. Even traditional media took notice. One popular podcast framed it this way: "This is the clash of Hollywood legacy and new media rebellion, and the rebels just took the lead." Behind the scenes, reports said Blake's PR team was in crisis mode. Gossip insiders claimed there was internal friction. Some thought the subpoena was just procedural. Others believed it had blown up into a full-scale mess. PR strategists warned, continuing to lean on legal threats would likely backfire further, triggering the Streisand effect, where efforts to suppress content only make it go viral. They were right. The YouTuber's first video hit over 2.5 million views within days. Their subscriber count jumped from a modest 1,200 to nearly 180,000. Podcast invites, media interviews, even free legal offers rolled in. Suddenly, this wasn't YouTuber dragged into celebrity lawsuit. It was underdog flips Hollywood subpoena into a viral career boost. And Hollywood couldn't ignore it. Many expected Lively and Reynolds' legal team to course correct, maybe quietly retract the subpoena, maybe issue a conciliatory statement. But what happened next stunned everyone. The legal team dug in deeper. In a surprise move, the couple's lawyers issued a press statement. Carefully worded, it insisted the subpoenas were standard, just part of gathering information for ongoing litigation. They claimed there was no intention to intimidate and no threat to public discourse. But rather than easing tensions, the response sparked a second wave of fury. Viewers began dissecting the original subpoena. Next to the statement, and it didn't match up. One legal YouTuber broke it down on camera, pointing out how broad and intrusive the request was. They asked for everything, she said. Emails, private messages, even drafts. This isn't routine. This is a fishing expedition. Public. Trust eroded fast. If it really was routine, people asked, why target small creators and not major outlets? One viral post put it bluntly. Why are Blake and Ryan coming for people with webcams and $12 microphones? Cue the memes. Photoshopped red carpet pics of Blake with captions like, "You've been subpoenaed." Images of Ryan's Deadpool wielding a court order. TikToks showing creators hiding behind houseplants from imaginary processed servers. Internet didn't just resist, it went full satire. And in the middle of it all, the YouTuber still unshaken, still cracking up the internet. And yes, still posting.